Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you this HP T510 thin client. These are little thin clients with a dual core, I believe it's a 1 gigahertz VIA Eden CPU. And I have a bunch of these that I'm selling on eBay, and I'll have the links to those listings in the description if you're interested in taking a look. But I'm going ahead and I'm setting several of them up right now that have been sold. And I'm going to be giving you a tour as well as outside and inside, and showing you all the things that these little HP thin clients offer in terms of ports, including some hidden ones. And I will also show you how I set them up. I'm going to load them up with Windows XP and show you the kind of stuff that it can do. All right, so let's get started. Let's begin with the front. So as you can see here, there's a power button, there's a microphone input, a headphone or speaker output. I think this is the only speaker output that you have in this device. And we have two USB ports in the front. They are USB 2.0 ports. Moving on to the rear, we can see here, let me flip this around. We can see here that this has a nice collection of some retro-friendly ports. We'll start here with the power input. This is a 19-volt unit. So this, if you don't put anything else, it might work with 12 volts, but it's designed for 19 volts. It has a serial port on it. This is a real serial port, and it has a real parallel port. So these are really nice to have. A lot of people buy these computers for CNC machines or as controllers for any other, these older devices that require either a serial connection or a parallel port connection. So that's really useful. It also has two DVI ports for video. This one right here is a DVI-I, which has support for a VGA using an adapter. And this one is a DVI-D port, which is just digital. And you can also use a DVI to HDMI adapter, one of those little dongles that plug in. I'll show a picture on the screen here so you can take a look at those. And yeah, so it's nice that you can have technically probably even 3 monitors if you have a splitter here for digital, VGA, and another digital device. So it's kind of a nice, full rounded machine for that. Usually I only sell it with either a DVI to VGA or a DVI to HDMI adapter, and it works great. Moving on, we have these 2 ports over here. We have a PS2 mouse port and a PS2 keyboard port. These are great because if you jump into DOS, I think you can actually run FreeDOS on this as well and get sound working with some of the open sound drivers that are out there. You can actually play some DOS games on this fairly well. The computer is pretty fast actually for both Windows and DOS things. So that's nice. Then you have an Ethernet port up here. I believe this is gigabit Ethernet, so it's plenty fast. If you plan to network this on your private network, that's a nice thing to have. And we have 2 more USB 2.0 ports here. There is this cutout for an antenna. If you were to, there is we'll take a look inside what's available right now. I'll show you why that's here, and also I'll also show you why there's this little hole right here. There are 2 secret ports underneath this side panel here that might be useful for some people. So let me go ahead and switch to the internals. Okay, now moving on inside, I have this one that is open. And as you can see here, I am working on it right now. Normally, they come with a little disk-on module like this. This particular unit has a 1 gigabyte disk-on module. This is an IDE connection, similar to what you would find on an older laptop. And this installs right there. In order for me to have a bigger capacity drive, in this case a 128 gig drive, I have used a series of adapters so that I can go ahead and use an SD card as the main drive. Now, This computer has a single DDR2 memory slot, and these units that I have come with 2 gigabytes installed, and this is laptop memory. It has a really nice heatsink right here with a copper core, and this is for both the CPU and the chipset, which has the onboard video. It's a 3D graphics accelerator, which works really well in Windows XP. Moving on over here, there is a SATA port. So you can if you wanted to have a SATA drive, you could do that. Usually you have these other types of drives. This is a small little SATA drive which you could put in there if you have like a low profile one. This one won't let the case shut, so that one wouldn't be a good candidate for this. But there are some of these modules that are lower profile which go in there, and there is enough space if you wanted to put like a dangling SATA drive underneath here with a short cable. There is enough space to do that. I've done it. It's okay, but I already have a process for using the IDE cable, so I tend to not even use this SATA connection. Now, underneath this heatsink, there is a M.2 slot. You can see here, this one right here. This M.2 slot is what usually you would probably find a Wi-Fi adapter. This is like a PCI Express M.2 slot. You put a little Wi-Fi adapter in there, and then it has little cables, and this is where that hole back here for the antenna would be used for. You would put an antenna that sticks out the back, and then the little wires, you know, like the stuff that you find on instead of a laptop, would come here, and that would give you internal Wi-Fi. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to use instead of using that for Wi-Fi, I tend to use these 2 hidden ports that are in here. So these 2 ports, I put a Wi-Fi adapter in there, and once it's closed, it's not visible, and that allows me to provide Wi-Fi without having something added to the back or the front. It's all internal. Yeah, so that's good. What else can I say about this? Well, I think that's pretty much it. The case itself, let me see if I find the top cover here. This top cover has this thermal, I guess it's not a paste, it's like a pad. Yeah, it's a thermal pad that is shaped like this heatsink, and when you close it, it turns this entire cover into an additional surface where heat can dissipate to. So that's really important, because these things don't have any fans, which is a pro, but they could heat up to the point where they might start crashing if you don't have enough heat being dissipated outside of the unit. So it's nice to have. And they use a regular, one more thing I'm going to call out here is that they use a regular CR2032 CMOS battery, which I replace in all the ones that I refurbished for sale on eBay. Yeah, so that's great. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put this back together and show you Windows XP running, and maybe run a couple of games really quickly before I wrap up the video. Okay, so here we are. We have Windows XP Pro installed. So you can see here, I'm going to go to my computer, I'm going to hit Properties, and this is Windows XP Pro Service Pack 3. And like I mentioned in the intro, this is a VIA Eden X2 U4200 running at 1 gigahertz. I'm going to open up CPU-Z here. Will tell us a little bit more information about this. So you can see here, VIA Eden X2 U4200. It's a 40 nanometer die, and it has 2 cores. It's got a 1 gigahertz speed with a bus speed of 200 megahertz, 2 64 kilobyte level 1 cache, 1 for each core, and 2 1 megabyte cache, 1 for each core. As you can see here, it's 2 cores, 2 threads, so 1 thread per core. the main board. This is an HP with a VX900 chipset. And I have here DDR3 actually. It's 2 gigabytes of DDR3. In the intro I said it was DDR2, so I was wrong there. And the memory is running at 533 megahertz. Graphics, this one doesn't tell me anything, so that's it. Let me show you here what the graphics card is. It's a VIA Chrome 9 HD IGP. Let me see if this tells me anything about the memory. It's got 128 megabytes of RAM. I think that is taken from the system RAM. And as you can see here, out of 2 gigabytes of RAM, I have 1.87 gigabytes of usable RAM. Alright, so let's go ahead and try something out here. I'm going to go ahead and try a very simple game, Warcraft 3. Okay, I'm going to skip through this. As you can see here, it's pretty smooth. And I'm going to try a... oh, this is options. How do I play this again? I forgot. So let me, local area network. I'm going to do user, create game. And maybe I'll go here with this. So you can see the menus are already pretty fast, and the machine itself is pretty fast. So I'm gonna go here, computer easy, start game. I'm not gonna play an entire game, I'm just gonna show you the performance. And this is all real time. And as you can see here, it's pretty fast for this type of game, so it's a nice machine for basic gaming like this, and it'll also do some nice 3D gaming as well. So definitely something that for the small size performs really well for these kind of retro type of games. Alright, so I'm gonna exit here. And I am gonna try a 3D game. This time is a Hot Rod American Street Drag. This is a very basic 3D game, but it does run pretty well on this machine. I'm gonna skip the video here, and I'm gonna go for a quick race. I think I remember the keys here. It's E to go forward. So as you can see here, performance is pretty good. It actually might, the recording might be slower than the actual machine itself. So I think I got disqualified because I shifted. Okay, let me try again. So you can see the machine runs pretty fast actually. So how do I accelerate? Well, W and E. W is accelerate, and then as soon as the green light goes, there we go. And I think B is boost. Yep, there you go. It's 5 speeds on this car, and I'm gonna win. Yeah, so pretty fun, pretty fun. And the nice thing about this one is I think it has multiplayer, but I have not played this one with multiplayer. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to exit. Oops, remove that. Exit. And let me go here to Diablo 2 works really well. It's similar, the same story as Warcraft 3. It works extremely well. This one is a little bit more intense. I'm going to go here with match the screen resolutions of 1024 by 768. It's going to be a little bit demanding, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to play. This is where it starts showing a little bit of the performance impact of having a video card that is not necessarily a gaming video card, but as you can see here, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try anyway. Okay, it is a little bit choppy, but I'm gonna go with a beginner track here. And any moment now. Alright, here we go. Actually, it's not that bad. This one, I'm gonna go here, and so this is 1024 by 768, and maybe I was confusing this for another computer, but it runs pretty good actually. Oh, I don't think the graphics are maxed out. Obviously, I think some of the textures are lower than they should be, but still runs pretty good. All right, so that's pretty much it. Everything I wanted to. Let me exit here. I think that's everything that I wanted to show with this computer. Like I mentioned, I sell these on eBay. If you're interested in one of these, just go down to the description and you can check out my store. I have a lot of different things there for sale. I set them up like this, and you get them. You get a full working Windows XP computer. So it's great for running old software. And this particular one has those old ports, the serial parallel. That might be useful for you as well. So yeah, check it out, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. And if you want to see more of this stuff, just subscribe. Every subscriber really helps. Right now I am doing this as a passion project, but I would love to see everybody who benefits from this. And if you would like to see more, just subscribe. All right, till next time.